Hi and welcome to GundamDragonLord's video. It is I, GundamDragonLord in the flesh. I'm 22 years old, weigh 135 pounds, my height is 5'9". Right now I'm bringing you some of the latest information that I brought up. It's some hits and tips that I came up myself. One of them so happens to be pick up a gun whenever you're out of ammo. It's the most common factor, but at least it should help out. Dead bodies usually mean someone's there, whether it's an enemy or you're an ally. So be on the lookout for dead corpses or anything of that sort, because there could be an enemy nearby. And I seem to find out that motion sensor is your best friend. It can be considered as a miniature spy plane up until the point you actually get a spy plane. Another thing I've seen to find out, use spy planes to pinpoint a grenade kill. I've done it before and it works quite well. All you have to do is throw up a spy plane, use the radar on your map to pinpoint a person, an enemy or whatever, and once you figure out where they are inside the building or prone in the corner, just chuck that grenade and maybe even cook it for a few seconds, and sure enough you'll get a kill. Another thing I've seen to find out, when you hear voices or movement, be sure to look on your map because it could be an enemy or it could be an ally. If you see a triangle, it's most likely your teammate. But if you hear movement or voices, it's also likely that it's an enemy and that he's somewhere nearby hiding, and you might want to be on the lookout for him as well. Another few things I've seen to find out, if people are using ghosts, you can pro tube them. Easy as pie. If you're tired of them ghost people hiding and everything, well, just throw up a Blackbird, get your new tube attachment, and pro tube the fuck out of them. Simple as that. Another thing I've seen to find out is second chance. What the fuck, guys? Every time I play mercenary, team deathmatch, whatever, most people are using either second chance pro or ghost pro. Sometimes I even see people use hardline pro, but I barely even see that. Every now and then you do, though. A few other things I've seen to notice, that if people are using second chance, you're better off taking them out by shooting them in the head, knifing them, pro tubing them, or even just throw a grenade at them. I mean, it's simple as that. You don't want to really shoot them and then have them in second chance, and then there you go. You got a dude half dead, and then I'm sure that there's going to be an enemy finding out that you killed him, but little does he know he's still in second chance and still alive, so he's probably going to go after you for killing that guy who is in second chance. Another thing, whenever you see a teammate's skull up, that usually means that your teammate just died. You're better off just going after that person because no one's there to protect that area, so you're better off going after that specific area where the skull is, because it's likely that's where all the enemies, if not some of the enemies, would be. Another thing I've seen to find out about zombies, what the fuck, dude? I hate the fucking sniper in zombies. You go to round 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, and little do you find out that you get to the box, you waste 900 points to find out that you get a fucking sniper. There is no point in snipers whatsoever. You know why? Because once you reach the round 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you'll find out that when you get a few kills off the zombies, by the time you're done killing them, you look down, there's a few crawlers right there, and by the time you reach 16, 17, 18, you'll see that there's more runners, there's more crawlers, there's like all sorts of things. So by the time you start sniping, you look down on your feet, there's a crawler that's damn near about to kill your ass, and it's most likely that if you're using a sniper, you're not going to get revived in zombies, especially in multiplayer. I've seen to notice that, and it's some bullshit. Another notion I've seen to find out, people who are using flak jacket, what the hell? I mean, when they use flak jacket, they camp their ass off. I understand that, but the least they could do is at least encounter the enemy as they're using flak jacket. It's kind of pointless to have flak jacket and not do anything with it. Like, I've seen people use flak jacket and then use second chance. That's actually quite useful information to do. I mean, you get pro 2, even though you have flak jacket, it's not going to do shit. But if you get shot at, boom, you drop in the second chance. A few other things I've seen to find out about ghosts is also that once when you get your Blackbird, they're more likely to camp inside a building, in a corner. They're usually with the whole team when a Blackbird is up. And if you're someone like me who uses a shitload of spy planes, well, eventually, if you use spy planes throughout the whole entire match and it stays up from beginning to end, you'll find out that they'll start to take it down the next time you play against them with the spy planes as a kill streak. Right now, my kill streaks usually are spy plane, Blackbird, and dogs. And usually the reason why is so I can get the 2, the 7, and the 10. That way it's in the perfect order. I can use my spy plane to get my Blackbird, use my Blackbird to get my dogs. It's a quite good tip. Another thing I found out that using hardline and marathon helps because if you're getting shot at, you can get away by hiding into a building, or you could even go run after them and shoot the shit out of them. Another thing I found out is on Google, they have, well, on Google Images, they have a little printout sheet of a piece of paper of all the emblems for Wii Black Ops, and I'll go get that here right now. It's hanging up on the wall. You can barely see it, so I'll let you zoom in on it. Hold it there for a few seconds so that way you guys know what's what, you know. Reason why I'm holding this up for you guys is so that way you can tell whose is what prestige, and if you're safe or if you feel like you're not safe enough to go up against that person with whatever prestige he is, well, you can use this cheat sheet basically to back out of that match if you feel like you're about to lose or something. Maps like Cracked, Jungle, what else? Cracked, Jungle, Hanoi. There's a few maps that I've seen to find out that they use nothing but Ghost. I mean, really. They need to change it up. At least use Flat Jacket or something. It's not fucking rocket science, you know. I use Lightweight for G's sakes. It's not like I'm hating on Ghost. It's just that it's what I always see in Cracked. It's what I always see in Array, even. They'll use snipers in Array. It's like, what the fuck, guys? I used to see, like, it used to have been suppressors and ninja and all that shit, but now it's like switched up because now there's like 54,000 players online, when like 8 months ago clearly there was only like 24 to 30,000 people. It's kind of far-fetched, and I think that's because of the Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. That's what I think. And another thing I've seen to find out is when you play online, there is a complete similarity between Havana and Nuketown. You know why? Because they're all doing the same fucking thing. You want to know how? They're usually running around with a shotgun. They're usually running around with a submachine gun. They're usually running around with an assault rifle. They're usually in the back of the map with a sniper rifle. Or they're usually upstairs on the second floor. And it's basically the same thing. They're all going to be running around doing the same fucking thing. To me, Havana and Nuketown are basically the same. It's just that Havana is a little more wider than Nuketown is longer, you know. It's what I've seen to find out as well. Another thing I found out is debris. Like, I've seen loose helmets hundreds of yards away from where it initially be in like radiation or launch. You go in a building, you'll see like a helmet on there. You could shoot it down, I know. But what I've seen to notice that's fake is that when you shoot that helmet, I've seen helmets go as far as a few hundred yards, not lying. And it's like, it's a little fake, you know. It begins to wonder like if Treyarch is not even realistically accurately pinpointing the game's theme. You know, it is a war game, but what the fuck, guys? It seems like they're making fun of Treyarch because of all these veterans. That's what I think. Because, take this for example. Let's just say you got pro-tubed by a guy. That's like saying a war veteran got blown up by a grenade inside a trench because he was going after a family photo of his family that he only had at that time because he was in the war, you know. You never know. It could happen. It probably has happened. It sounds sad, I know. It's hurtful, but it's the truth. You know, that's what I don't like about Treyarch's Black Ops. They're not realistically pinpointing it. And I'm sure they're not going to do the same thing for Black Ops 2. especially on Wii U. To my knowledge, they're gonna be doing some fake ass 3D effects like type shit where they put like fucking basically a spandex suit on the dude and then make him wear like little bubbles on his arm and shit, and then it's computer generated through, you know, technology these days. And then when it's on the game, you play the game, you find out that you running around with the ballistic knives shouldn't even be around, because the fact is, in actual war, you wouldn't be running around with ballistic knives. Along with one in a chamber. What the fuck? I never really get one in a chamber. There's no point to it. You know, I don't know why? Because you're only running around with one bullet in your hand, shooting one person. There's a possibility that dude could have gotten shot in the leg and still survived that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're making fun of war at the same time, but they're not. It doesn't make sense, but it's a little late for that because seeing how Black Ops is already out. And what I also don't get is these fucking clans. These clans are stupid. Like, they'll come up with some stupid ass names. YOLO and fucking, there's some other stupid ones. Like, I've seen people do a Family Guy clan, and I've seen people try to do a South Park clan. Like, what the fuck, guys? There's no theme to that. With mine, GundamDragonLord at least has a theme. If you watch the anime show Gundam of any series, Gundam LO, Gundam Seed, it doesn't matter. There's at least a dozen Gundam series. If you watch them, they all have to do with war. And they're mostly futuristic war. There's politics, there's all sorts of shit going on in Gundam. So I recommend you guys checking it out and shit. That's why my clan is Gundam Clan, because it's just me, GundamDragonLord, and my other clan member, Burning Gundam, and me and him just beast like no tomorrow. Me and him are on a team. Basically, we automatically win just by default because of the fact of how me and him play. What the trick is try to get double-digit amount of kills while trying to get under double-digit amount of deaths. You want to go under double-digit. You want to have at least like 7 deaths or 8 deaths, maybe even less than that if you're lucky and if you play your cards right. Another little trick I found out is if you do use second chance, you're better off using like the CZ75 or use the Python or maybe even Speedy Reload Python. It doesn't matter what you use, but it increases your chances of getting that headshot to get your second chance pro. Because I seem to notice that that's like the hardest thing to get second chance pro. Another common factor, like people who are actually using snipers and zombies, just stop. You guys are gonna die. It doesn't matter if you get like a few hundred points from it, you know. You're better off just fucking switching your weapon, because you know for a fact that if you're playing zombies with a sniper rifle, you ain't gonna last long. I know that for a fact because you'll snipe a dude, you'll snipe a zombie, you'll snipe another zombie. You look down, there's like 4 or 5 crawlers on you because you're at like round 16. And you can't really throw a grenade because you're too close to them. So you ain't really got much else to do. So basically you're fucked. So I recommend you guys not using snipers and zombies. That pretty much sums it up, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope these tips will help you out in the future. They sure as hell did for me because my KDR is 1.86, and these tips wouldn't help me if my KDR wasn't 1.86. You know what I'm saying? It's like my KDR is 1.86 because of these tips. So these are very helpful tips, and I recommend you watch this video for Call of Duty Black Ops Nintendo Wii. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy.